Welcome to this video. We're going to be talking about 3D printing a bit to begin with. So, because I'm going from a 90 engine, which isn't quite correct, to a C65 frame, which is the old style of air filter, and I would like to use the original airbox to get a tube to connect from one end to the other. Yeah, just figuring out how to do that. I came up with this so far. Quite a while modelling this out, and that's a good, 15 hours print time, because it's 5 hours to do, roughly 5 hours and a bit to do one print, and I'm on the third test print now. So yeah, do I want to scrap all this work, or do I want to continue down this path? I could always continue down this path with these two test pieces. That's what I'll do. I'll leave it for now. I'll use these two test pieces and see how it runs. These people air. Let's take this rubber gasket off the old air filter carefully. There we go. Oh, there we go. Tight as a tiger. It's very tight, very tight. I have to make a little rubber gasket for the airbox. So let's get a little rubber gasket going. So if we can cut a bit of rubber off and wrap it around here on the inside and tape it down, something like that, that might work. Pretty solid. And it misses the front wheel, which is the main point I wanted to test, really. Okay, so we might need a little rubber gasket on this side as well. Well, I've wired the ignition in, so I just need to sort these cables out, I guess. Right, so we're getting there. It all works as well, I've tested it out. So, what's next? Welcome to the loft. What are we doing up here? I'm going to put my mask on. I don't want to breathe any bits in, just in case. We're going to pack the exhaust. I only need a little bit. There's loads of it down there, where I just threw it all. So I'm going to grab that tiny bit up there, I think, and yeah, just use that. So yeah. Grab some loft insulation. Now, to get proper exhaust wrap, it costs about 10-15 quid. But a bit of loft insulation is free. I'm glad I wore a mask and goggles though, because little bits were flying everywhere. Cut these ends off. Oh. Okay, so it's in. Let me just put the nut on. Off camera, but I did stick this on. Chain sprockets are on. I don't know, did I do that on camera? I don't know. Anyway, but yes, this was a right pain to fit. It was a bit bent out of shape, so I've had to rebend it. Hopefully you can't see it too badly where I've had to rebend it, but yeah, it looks nice. It looks really nice. Really tight fit under there it was. Right pain to get on, but that's done. And that was the hardest part, doing it in a way where the chain doesn't rub. So, because sometimes the chain was, it took me a load of attempts to just get it to, so it wouldn't hit that. I've had to put like a few washers on here because that was the only bolt I had. Right, I would start it up, but it's New Year's Day and we're still in the morning, so I'm going to wait until at least lunchtime. Right, I'm going to go inside and have a coffee and then start this up later in the afternoon. I'm itching though to see what it sounds like now. Hopefully this sounds a bit more muffled. But yeah, it looks pretty good. That's what happens when you can't get the original and there's too many cheap nasty ones out. And let's see what this sounds like. So everything's done on this bike pretty much. The only thing I need to do now is the electrics. That's the last major job to do. I've been trying, and the light works. I've changed lights, put this other light on. It could be the switch. So I'm gonna see if I'm gonna run from my spare parts tomorrow maybe. See if I've got another spare switch. Replacing the switch now. Right, so I've got lights, I've got horn. We do need a capacitor though, because when I turn tick over, the horn is incredibly weak, so I might have to order a capacitor for it. But yeah, pretty much just reassemble this front end now, and then wait for the bulbs to come, and some little bolts, and yeah, we're pretty much almost done with this bike. Putting it all back together now, got all the electronics tucked away. Light bulbs, headlights and tail light works. Indicators, I'm going to have to try and find the bulbs for them properly. But yeah, that's the most important thing. Brake is wired in as well, and the horn is as well. So it's got headlight, brake light and horn. So that's the main majority anyway. And on a bright summer's day, are people can actually see that? I don't know. They're pretty tiny indicators. Right, let's get the leg shield on. Okay. Looking good. There we go, all done. I'll take it for a spin now. Literally just back from a test ride. Yeah, I think I need to balance the carb out a bit. It cut out on me once, but that's a carb issue. There's just a bit of balancing to do. Other than that, that bike is done. So I can probably leave it for the winter now, because it is winter time. So don't really want to ride it during this sort of time. Maybe if it's a really dry day, I might do that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. For the patrons who've helped that build. Yeah, because without that funds, that would have taken a lot longer. Anyway, on to the next project, and I think you know what that's going to be.